Hi, my name's Steve, and in this video I'll be giving you an overview of Nova. Nova is the first guided collaboration space for effective thinking. It's more than just a task management and whiteboarding utility. The big idea behind Nova, as we like to think of it, is that it's like installing a collective brain into your company. Nova is where you map out your thinking process, where you and your collaborators do your thinking, where you store your knowledge and access it, and where you make connections between the knowledge you already have. It's also like having a consultant accessible to guide the team 24/7. Nova can provide teams with all the steps they need to follow, and all the processes and methodologies of the organization can be built into Nova for people to follow. For consultants, Nova is a customer success tool. Consultants that use Nova for their clients can now spend more time creating value and collaborating with the team instead of managing administrative tasks. So right now we're on the projects page of this sample Nova workspace called Lighthouse. So let's start by opening this first project. This project was created by our team to design a new product. You can see that Clara is working on this project right now. When you open the project, you can see that it's divided by phases. For example, phase 1, research, and phase 2, ideation. And then inside each phase, we have sessions, tasks, documents, and more. And all these sessions are connected, creating a workflow, sending conclusions from one session to the next one, and adding date dependencies. This is similar to a process diagram, but it's fully interactive, and you can invite participants. You can also use the list view, which is more like an agenda. You can choose whichever works best for you. Either will help you guide your team, and in Nova, both views are interactive and real time. If we click into one of these sessions, for example, the interview findings session, we see at the top of the session all the resources, documents, and links your team needs to complete this section of their work and the steps they need to follow. As your team works through each step, they mark steps complete and progress moves forward. As you see, sessions help you capture everyone's ideas and feedback following a clear process which you define. Each step of a session can use a utility, which we call a resource, such as a whiteboard, notepad, multi-selector, file uploads and downloads, and more. Sessions can be time-boxed so that guests can only add answers between the dates you define. This structure helps keep teams accountable to dates and company processes. All this progress can be tracked by clicking on the session progress bar for more details. Teams can also track progress looking at the status of the project. You can filter sessions and status like this. And to track engagement, you can go to the project dashboard. You can see total contributions on this page, as well as individual contributions here. Now the team is going to start working on the next phase, and you want to activate all the sessions. In the connection between sessions, you can see a D and a C. The D is for date dependency, which means sessions can be connected to previous sessions by date. If you template this project, and all sessions have durations, you just need to update the first date, and all downstream sessions will automatically have their dates populated. The C is for conclusion, and that means conclusions from one session are being sent to the next session when this connection is active. So team members that were not part of the session prior to this one can rapidly access that information. Session conclusion and highlights are also automatically added to the project report. You don't have to take notes during a meeting or keep those conclusions in a different file. Here we can highlight a note, go back to the project report, and in the secondary research session, you'll see that those notes were highlighted. Managers and executives can access the project report with notes and conclusions, or you can send them a generated PDF of the report. To invite a guest to a session, you just need to click Invite and share the link for each individual session. They'll automatically be able to access the session once it is open and accessible. Let's say you want to invite a guest to all the sessions inside a project or multiple sessions over time. To do that, we share the Project Magic link, And when they click on the Project Magic link, they will have access to a customized agenda with direct access to all the sessions. So now in the Guest Sessions page of Nova, you can see all the sessions of that project shared to the user as a guest. Let me show you how you can add additional sessions to a project or start a project from scratch. Let's add a session at the bottom here. Sessions can be added from the list view and the board view. Now that a session has been added to the board, we can select Choose a Tool to see all of Nova's built-in tools, as well as all the tools that are saved in your current workspace. For now, let's assume that you want to start from scratch. When using sessions, there are always two types of working environments to choose from: a list of steps or a whiteboard. The whiteboard provides a more visual environment, while the list of steps provides more structure and well-defined limits. Let's choose a list of steps here and start adding steps. In every step, you can choose the type of resource you'd like to include: a board, notes, multiple choice, scales, whichever best suits the need of the step. The resource can be thought of like the medium you would normally use in your office to get the work done. Think of a whiteboard, notepads, surveys, etc. For example, in the first step, you could add a video, and it could be a learning step. So you want to know if your collaborators understand the video. In the next step, you may want to ask them for their opinion, and you also want to keep their answers private. The privacy setting will ensure the step is only seen by the people who should be seeing it, internal to the team. Steps can also include links to media, images, or other information as part of the step process. These steps can always be edited and reordered. Once you're happy with the tool, you can save it to your tool library. This uploads it to your library for future use and can be found anywhere where a tool is added. In addition to saving individual tools, you can also save entire workflows. So I can save this entire project to my workflow library. Later, I can use it again to create a new project and reset the dates and assignees if I like. I can also give it a custom name and metadata and images and categories. Keep in mind we have a full library of tools, card decks, and workflows your team can use for learning new methodologies and planning. Here, Nova pre-built workflows include full actionable project roadmaps that include sessions, tasks, and resources. You can find workflows for marketing strategy, social media strategy, branding, product design, product sprint, startup development, and more. You also have a free tool library of individual tools at all times. All of our tools will explain how to use them step by step and will provide the work environment you need to get things done, individually and as a team, so feel free to use this library to learn about new methodologies. Last, you have card decks. These decks can be used for brainstorming and research, and you can also create your own. All card decks can be opened inside a whiteboard, and cards can be placed on the board. Any tool or workflow template being used can be edited at any time to adapt to the project that your team is working on, and you can change your company processes that everybody uses on the fly. This makes it very easy for managers to adapt processes and sessions to each specific project or client, by keeping basic structures as templates. Learn more about Nova at novatools.org. Contact us for a consultation to integrate Nova into your company by emailing us at contact@novatools.org.